Hi, welcome back to Wayfinder. Today is video 4 of my 4-part series talking all things packs. Today I want to talk to you about pack fitness and show you a couple of strength exercises that are crucial to make you strong where it counts when hauling a pack. Now hopefully you've had a chance to have a look at my other videos. There's tons of information in there on using and carrying backpacks that you might find useful and informative. Carrying a heavy pack can be a brutal assault on your body. With the right fitness and conditioning it doesn't need to be. So what is fitness for carrying a pack? It's cardio and endurance, yes, but it's also strength activity, particularly if you're carrying a heavy pack. So what do I mean by this? For instance, running will increase your fitness and squatting will increase your strength, but each one individually isn't going to drastically increase your ability to carry a heavy load over long distances. So how do you get fit to carry a pack? Well, in the first instance, you need to be carrying a pack regularly. And as your fitness and conditioning increases, you need to be walking further and carrying heavier loads in order to achieve this. And for most people, that's probably all it really needs to be in the end to get you fit enough for pack hauling. However, if you're a mountaineer or in the military or something similar to that, or if you're planning some sort of serious trek, maybe you need to really look at how you're going to target fitness and strength specifically for carrying a pack. There are lots of resources and programs out there that are excellent. Some places to look just to get started. I'd start with Elite Force Training, which is an Australian-based company in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales. Ex-Special Forces operator, really knows how to get people fit for pack fitness. Some other places might be Go Ruck or Trek Sumo. Now, before I give any bro science internet advice about how to get fit for carrying a pack, you'd be well advised to seek the assistance and advice of a physical fitness professional or maybe a healthcare professional, especially if you have any pre-existing injuries or health conditions. Okay, this is how I would approach increasing your pack fitness. Now, if you're short on time or aren't very fit already, I'd start with a 3-day-a-week program looking at 1 session of cardio, 1 session carrying a pack and 1 strength session. For the cardio session, I'll probably look at some sort of high-intensity interval training that will give you the most bang for buck. With the pack, just start light, progressively increase the load and increase the distance. And with the strength, use compound basic movements, so deadlifts, squats, bench press, sets of 5 to 8. We're looking at maximise strength here, not necessarily hypertrophy or anything like that. If you're already fit and or have more time on your hands, then I'd look for a 6-day-a-week training program, something along the lines of 2 cardio sessions, so 1 high-intensity interval training type of session, a long, slow distance type or a recovery session somewhere in there, 2 pack sessions, 1 long and light, 1 short, fast and heavy, and 2 strength sessions there, targeting specific strengths, so your squats, your deadlifts, your bench press, just your overall body strength. Now, one area where carrying a heavy pack can be particularly grueling on your body is your lower back and your core and your knees and hips areas, especially over rough terrain. And so I've got a couple of strength exercises that are specifically designed to target those areas to increase your stability and strength that will really in the long term make a difference. They're not fun, they're not sexy, but if you persevere with these, they'll make a huge difference to your longevity and your comfort when you're training to carry a heavy pack over long distances. Let's cut away now and have a look at a couple of these exercises. So when you're carrying a heavy pack, your legs, lungs and heart are getting a really tough workout. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But also your core, your lower back, hips, around your knee joints, really getting worked very hard, especially whenever you stop and take a knee or sit down and then get back up again carrying a heavy pack. They're critical areas of failure, and the following 3 exercises are designed to target those specific areas, basically to bulletproof your chassis for long-term health and survivability when carrying a heavy load. To conduct a lunge, simply step forward on one leg so that your body is balanced between the 2 legs evenly. Then lower yourself down until the rear knee very nearly touches the ground whilst the body remains upright. Stand back up and repeat. This can be done by alternating legs or doing it on one side and then swapping to the other side as suits you best. Once you're comfortable doing that, it is time to add some weight to the progression. Hold a weight in one hand at shoulder level or hanging down by your side and conduct lunges. Once that is a comfortable activity for you, it is time to press the weight overhead and start lunging in that fashion. You should start to find that this to be very challenging on your core and balance. The windmill exercise is part mobility and part strength. Begin from the kneeling position and merely reaching down and touching the ground to one side. As shown, this will start to just activate that range of motion. Once you can do that comfortably, begin standing with feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart and reaching down one leg until at some point you can begin to touch the ground or your ankle. At this point, you're ready to progress on to using a weight overhead. So pressing a weight overhead, then reaching down one side until you can comfortably touch your ankle or the floor. This may take quite a while. Make sure that you progress slowly and cautiously with this activity, as it can place a lot of strain on the lower back. However, once you're confident with this, you can start adding a lot of weight and you can become very strong in this movement. To conduct a Turkish Get-Up, lie on your back and push one hand out in front of your face as if you had just done a one-handed bench press. Then draw the leg on the same side up to your buttocks and lay your opposite arm out at 45 degrees. Then pushing through that bent leg, leave yourself up onto your elbow until you're in a sitting position and then up onto your hand. Then pushing yourself up off the ground, draw this straight leg through until it is behind you and you're in a kneeling position with your hand held overhead. From there, stand up fully. Reverse the motion until you're lying back on the ground and you've conducted a Turkish Get-Up. Once you are able and comfortable with doing that, it is time to add weight to this progression. So there, 3 exercises that will aid you in your strength and fitness for pack hauling. Each one of these exercises is going to increase the overall strength of your body, but also very specifically target that core, lower back and hip region of your body that really does get a pounding when you're carrying a heavy pack. As you saw, I use workups for every single one of them. So starting off with the lunges unweighted until I got used to that range of motion and was comfortable doing that with a range of motion and balance. Next, a weight just held in one hand at shoulder level, conducting exercises with a full range of motion until I'm comfortable with that. And then when I was confident with that, going overhead, pressing overhead whilst conducting a lunge, extremely hard on your core and your balance, and a fantastic exercise to ensure that you've got the strength where it counts when you're carrying a pack. Next was a windmill. So as you saw, the progression on this exercise was to start kneeling and just to be with one hand overhead, just reaching down and touching the floor. Then standing up, feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and reaching down and gradually increasing your range of motion until you can reach down and touch the floor or touch your ankle on that side whilst the other hand is held up overhead. Finally, when you're confident, you can start to add weight. Once again, you're probably going to need to work up to that full range of mobility with it, because this exercise in particular places a lot of strain on the lower back, and you need to ensure that you've got your core activated and really working for you before you can start to really load this one up. Finally, the Turkish Get-Up. And this is a staple in every strong man's bag. And everybody should be doing this activity as far as I'm concerned, whether you do it with no weights as a warm-up or you start progressing into heavier and heavier weights, that total body strength that it gives you. As you saw there, I started with the progressions, so just with no weight, going from lying all the way to standing with the hand held overhead. Once confident with the movement and having the strength there to do that, start adding weight. So there you have it. I hope you found that interesting. Pack fitness, it's not black magic. It's just simple, progressive training. It's hard work, but it definitely pays off in the end. As I said before, please do approach any new training with caution. Consult with a fitness or healthcare professional, especially if you have any pre-existing injuries or illness. One final note on pack fitness. If you're carrying a pack regularly, especially a heavy pack, foot care is highest priority. Now, I've tried a few different home remedies to increase the hardness of your feet, Condy's crystals or metho bars, things like that. For me, none of that has worked. If it works for you, great. It just hasn't worked for me personally. The best thing I've found has just been strapping tape. The minute you start to feel a bit of a hot spot, make sure you strap those feet up. Get on it early because you're not going to outwalk a blister. It will bring you down every time. Hey, thanks very much for watching. Whatever it is that you're into, I hope you're making plans to get after it soon. Have a nice day.